Oh, yo. Wait, what is that noise? What am I hearing? Why do I hear bassy booms? I don't even know why. It's like my shock mount's not working. Thoughts on the Darius drama? Oh, there's all sorts of stupid shit. I don't even know like what the current Darius shit is. Did something else happen or? I feel like my shock mount is not working. I don't know. It's probably fine.
Bro's only going to stream 15 times in 2 months.
Nice. Have you fallen off or can you throw up a quick 950? Why would I not be able to?
Oh, look, the Sometimes streamer has returned.
A 950.
Well, too bad, buddy. This is Lonerbox. GG.
You missed a song referencing DG. Oh, Jesus. Do I feel like this is like the full-time leftovers podcast coverage community.
Could have been multiple bombings, and that does not account.
Oh, a 5-minute clip. Jesus. Hold on. Let's start with the. Let's get the real shit out of the way, okay? Okay, 950, and Ethan offers us a spot alone. I'm just kidding.
Destiny.
Okay, no, never happened.
Ram Ranch really rocks. Please unban my account. I was hacked. I love your game. I want to do raids with my friends again.
I can't believe that, Did you get your script filled? Oh, apparently my pharmacy called, but
Woo.
I got a million illegal things in Sweden, so thank you, my Swedish friends. I'm on like consecutively like 3-hour days of sleep. I don't think I've ever been this sleep deprived over like 4 days of my entire life. What a nightmare of an everything. But that's okay because we're back home. Where's Mel? She took a later flight because she didn't want to have 2 hours of sleep. So did you have a fun time? No, not really. Kind of sucked. They lost our luggage in Amsterdam, so I had to go back to the airport the second day for like 3 hours to get it again. Yeah, I don't know. Cherry going fucking insane, and then it sucks because like I don't want to like dive into it because I don't really want to out her shit or her like broken sexuality or whatever, which is what I would have to do to like detail any event. But it just feels weird or shitty. But I have I've actually done an exceptionally good job in my personal life over the past like probably 6 months ish. I think in like building like a pretty good network of friends, and I think Cherry was like the last vestige of my prior like really unhealthy, horrible friendships. So in a way, I'm kind of glad that fucking nuked. So now like all of my shit is pretty good. I feel like pretty comfortable about most of my friends now. But yeah, she's gone forever. Jesus Christ. What happened to the Dante's boxing event? I think I just don't think he was able to find the people or something. I think he was trying to put stuff together, but did this happen in the Airbnb? I don't want to say much, but obviously Cherry has BPD. She has episodes where she goes hardcore splitting. But I noticed this because I just hang out with non-streamer friends the whole time. That's why I didn't stream or do anything. I'm sorry. I was just hanging out with my non-streamer friends when I was at TwitchCon. It was too much for me. But it was really funny because I have a friend and she has a friend that also splits hard. And it's funny because we have like similar issues, and I was trying to figure out, I was like, okay, when I listen to you talk about your friend splitting, I feel like that's like, I can deal with it. Like I can deal with a BPD splitter. Like they split, you let them have their episode, you walk away. But then I realized that the complicated shit is always the fact that I'm a public figure or semi-public figure or whatever. And when BPD people split, they will go insane. And yeah, Cherry's version of splitting is to go on Twitter and just start fucking spewing a whole bunch of insanely random retarded shit. Yeah. But what are you gonna do, you know? That was all uncalled for, what she did. I mean, obviously. I think when I was going to TwitchCon, I was trying to set up events with like my least dramatic friends possible because I didn't want like anything. I just didn't want any crazy drama this TwitchCon. I like no, I just didn't want to. The past like 3 weeks has just been, the past 2 months has just been so much. I've been out of town like, I don't even know. I had like a 2-day turnaround when I got back into town last time and then went to Sweden, and it's just been like a ton of shit. Yeah, so I tried to set up like a private-ish dinner with like the non-dramatic people, and obviously, yeah, like I just didn't want to invite Darius. I didn't know if Xena would show up. I didn't want to invite Cherry. And I think that all of the people that didn't get invited probably got like mega triggered, and it probably set some shit off. I think in retrospect, though, it was probably a good idea. Like the restaurant that we ended up going to, Pokey and Lily were there, and it was like super fun to go and chat with them for a bit. And I'm just thinking like, oh my god, what if one of the dramatic people from my community would have been there, like making a scene? It would have been fucking humiliating. So, yeah, I think it was good. I think I made good choices, but I think I made good choices. So you went a lot in the convention center. There's a lot of it. Yeah, I just hang out with friends and dinner and all that shit. How do you leave a new? Yeah, I don't know how me traveling means like you get like Israel's 9/11, but why has Pearl been going hard on you lately? I'm only gonna make one statement. I'm never talking about this again. Okay, Pearl and BPD. Pearl's channel is dying. She knows it's dying. It's probably on its way to being dead. This is not her forte. This style of content is not a reason to watch her. She's like desperately trying to like grab onto me. I think she's been tweeting about me constantly for the past like 5 days. She just wants engagement for me to drive her channel. That's it. Her and the big Papa Fat, I forgot his name, Andrew. Her and Andrew are like just desperately trying to like clout farm, clout shark, leech. So this is the only time I'm ever gonna mention it. We're never engaging. Never. I'm trying to like remove posts where I see on the sub. It's just like people that are desperately trying to like climb. Yeah, I mean, I'm good on that. Is the Cherry bridge completely burned? Yeah, Cherry's burned and blacklisted. She's not going to be working with me or anybody that works with me for the foreseeable future, like the next decade. What about the Lab bridge? Yeah, Lab's back on the menu. Is BPF blacklisted? He should be. I've just been lazy, but Why did you want a USB-C monitor? Oh, because I was gonna stream my reaction to the Hassan Pierce Morgan thing, but yeah, but everybody it just decided to be fucking insane. Why is your mic's bass so high? Is it? I don't. I think you're just fucking retarded. EQ bypass. It's on for everything. No, it's probably normal. These were her tweets. Don't care. Not even gonna let them. No care in the world. She's just like super thirsty for my attention. Did you make Keffels? No. We were supposed to make Keffels, but the she had like health problems and didn't end up going to the thing. So yeah. And I missed Forsen beating the record. Jesus Christ. You seem so chill after everything. Not really, no, because no. I mean, I am now. I mean, we figured it all out, but it was just a lot of dumb shit to work through. Can we watch the final Forsen run? Well, it's not the same when we're not watching it live, right? Did you see this streamer calling for your ban over what? Good one. Is Darius blacklisted? I'm not sure. I'm just like not. I'm over the Darius stuff right now. When if he like figures his shit out a little bit better, then maybe. But right now, I'm kind of over that. Did I miss the discussion on Ice-T sun cutting Malik's hair? Wait, that was Malik? Wait, why does the chat overlay not work anymore? Was Xena blacklisted as well? I mean, kind of. I'm not, but I don't really work with Xena at all, so. Don't all BPD people have normal mental breakdown cycles? How is your other friend different in that regard? If you're not a public figure, then it doesn't matter. A BPD person freaks out, and then you, the BPD person freaks out, and then it's whatever. But when people are public, people can stir up like way more shit, so it's just more annoying to deal with. Does anybody know? Oh, wait. Does this work now? Oh, okay. Hold on. Refresh. That person's the other BPD person is also a friend? No. That's like a friend of a friend. Ira, I said you had a great time hanging out and that you seem to be chill. Good mood whenever you saw you. Yeah, I'm always chill. So you burned a bridge because your friend is annoying. Doesn't seem proportional. You should use a stronger word than annoying. The stronger word is, me and Cherry have had a great deal of personal conversations, and she decided to, because Cherry knows me so well, she realized that the only way that she could fuck with me, because I don't give a fuck. If you want to tweet or do whatever about me, that's fine, not about. But she took things that I told her and twisted them in a very awkward way, and she tried to use it to shit on Melina. I cannot fucking stand I'm like, I love Melina, but I'm feeling Batman mode. Like, I need to kill my kid and dump my wife and then just go like hardcore into online shit. The most annoying fucking thing for me is when people realize they can't make me upset, so they just go for my family members. It's actually unreal. Yeah, but I don't want to fix it on that cherry shit too much. It's just very fucking annoying. Yeah. Why are all your streamer friends such bad people? I don't think streamer people are uniquely bad. I think that what happens is when you're in the streaming world, it amplifies every possible interpersonal thing that you could ever possibly have. I think that's like the challenge of being in public spaces. So like examples that I've given on this before is like, here's something that's like pretty normal, right? It's not nice, but it's pretty normal. In friend groups, sometimes people shit talk other people. It happens. It's not a nice thing, but like sometimes a friend will be like, oh yeah, I hung out with David. I don't like David. I hate his haircut. He's such a fuck David's haircut, right? It's like a normal thing that happens, and it happens in friend groups, and everybody goes on and everybody's whatever, right? But in the streaming world, when people shit talk each other, because there's audiences involved, there's Twitters, there's social medias, and everybody like emphasizes everything. Small, little kind of dramatic events become majorly dramatic events. And I think that the world of like YouTube and streaming and online entertainment, it probably selects for people that are probably a bit skewed off the norm, probably quite skewed off the norm. But I think that if you put any normal group of people in front of cameras this much and then gave them audiences, I think that every small piece of drama would be hyper blown up into like retarded shit. Yeah, probably not like as retarded as like my particular world, because the people that I engage with are probably exceptionally crazy. But I think that even for like normal streamer YouTuber stuff, I think most normal people thrown in that world would start to have crazy dramatic shit. I'm not too familiar with BBD, but is Cherry actually becoming a different person when she tweets that? And does she have a moment of realization that she fucked up a day or two after? Yeah, she'll realize. If she hasn't already, she'll probably realize, like, fuck me, I fucked up really bad, I shouldn't have done that. She'll apologize, and she'll be sincere, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's just too much liability for me to have around me now. It's just too much. I don't, why would I deal with it? I don't need to. Still no Speaker of the House? Bro, what are Republicans doing? I don't know if you saw, but Bruce also got dropped by his friends for being a snake. I saw one clip of that, yeah, but I don't follow enough of that community at all to, like, be that invested. Oh, White Toad, thanks for the tier 5 supper, buddy. It's been 21 days since they kicked out McCarthy. Jesus. Destiny, you didn't act with her at all during TwitchCon? No, I think I even showed my DMs for that. Like, like I said, I tried really hard this TwitchCon to have, like, zero, like, drama at all. I think I posted the... I need good advice, not Kelly Jean advice. What's up? Should I go to TwitchCon? I'm emotional from separating. I feel like I really want to go, but I don't want to ruin any vibes because I'm so sensitive. I have no idea. Only you can determine that, but I'm not going to be available for any kind of emotional consultation or lobby chats or phone calls or anything like that. I don't know if you're going to believe me, but I swear I'm not going to do that. Then go for it, I guess. And then she decides to go. But apparently that was not, it wasn't true. She did need me to go and talk to her, do something, I guess, yeah. It didn't read like you weren't going to talk to her at all. You just didn't want to be emotional support for her. Sizer, please grab the largest knife you can find and fucking off yourself. Holy shit. I don't even know why it reads like you're trying to like justify her actions. Actually, here you go. Fucking seriously do it. Holy shit, off yourself. When are you going on Piers Morgan? I have no idea. I don't know if I'm not even sure. It's not like, that's not like in the pipeline at all. Oh god, people are saying my mic is fucked. Is my microphone actually fucked up? I'm not clicking any Hassan or Ethan links right now. I've got 1 hour before Keeper Kick. I don't have time to like actually go over it. We'll probably spend all day tomorrow. We'll have our H3H3 Hassan obsession. Do you think Gates anticipated the speaker chaos? I don't know. I don't have a close enough understanding of like the inner drama of the house. So, oh, you know what? We will watch this though.
I got an Uber. It's been out here for like 5 minutes. We gotta go, dude. Get up. We gotta go now.
Did you see my Venmo request yet? I Venmo requested you. Did you see my Zen?
This one is mid. Don't bother. Still decent though.
I was at the bowling alley with the guys.
I get it, baby. Didn't
Tell her I was at the bowling alley with you. Remember?
We were talking about masculinity. We are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. How are we talking about masculinity?
Where are my Zens?
Smoke this, it'll calm me down.
Isn't indica supposed to be like calms you down?
He wants to hear our business pitch. You gotta give it to him right now.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm standing in my motherfucking closet. This better be good. Uber for Dodge.
Jesus.
My grandma just died. I really need someone to talk to.
Grabbing your balls and squeezing it until you start believing it, bitch. I'm just... You're out. You're out.
Said it was cool to bring some friends, right?
Where's my Zen? Where's my Zen?
Wait, what is a Zin? Is it like a vape or? Well, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Pat pinned him on me.
I could have played quarterback. Remember that double pass? Remember the double pass?
I don't know. Ask him. Ask him.
Oh, nicotine pouch. Gotcha.
Here, I am so scared. You gotta help me, man. Wait, could you talk to him? Could you talk to him? No.
Finally, let's fucking go, dude.
My last ride was a bunch of young, hot chicks. Bet you can still smell them. He a friend of yours?
Jesus Christ, you steal that from the house?
Drive. Drive.
We gotta go pick up my daughter. Something bad happened at her sleepover.
Oh, it was good. It was a high quality edit. Okay, Jesus. Or not an edit, I guess. High quality production. Did you see this?
The Lloyd Center exit, the Convention Center exit, every motherfucking exit. You motherfuckers!
Holy shit. Wait. Did somebody add the music, or is this music in his car? Wait, is this? Is it his own? It's in his car. Holy shit.
The Lloyd Center exit, the Convention Center exit, every motherfucking exit. You bum.
Is this real? I think what I'm gonna do for the next few days, I want to put together a mini festo, I think, on a lot of the reporting relating to the Hamas stuff. I think it's probably good to do a retrospective to try to figure out, like, what the fuck is going on. How are so many people like fucking up so much? It's not even uniquely Hassan, though. He definitely is the leader of the left-leaning stuff online, the alternative left-leaning stuff online. But a lot of mainstream publications fucked up a lot of the reporting in ways that it shouldn't have been. In, like, very... Wait, what the fuck? Hold on, my router just like... Oh, what? It's back. No, the thing bugging right now is my fucking router. Do you think Lycan fucked my shit up when I was gone? Do you mean the media screwed up with the hospital story and the 40 beheaded baby story? The 40 beheaded baby story and the hospital story fuck-ups are two completely different types of fuck-ups. And I hate the lack of critical thinking that people have when it comes to viewing somebody making a mistake. Not all mistakes are the same. Hold on, fuck me. Okay. Stop, start. Waiting for clients. Please just connect. Don't make me have to go and unplug and replug in my shit. If you're linking me a 2-hour Turkey Tom video on some other drama, you're fucking retarded. I don't know why you're linking me this right now. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I have to, like... Oh, wait, is this one not connected to the internet at all? What the fuck? Oh, that's why it's... I feel like I'm gonna have to reset. I feel like I need to reset my whole router, and it's gonna kill my stream, because it takes like 4 minutes to turn on and off. Oh, that's what I'm doing. No. Why put it off? All Wait. Oh, did it actually restart it in time? Are we here? Wait, can you hear me? Oh, that was way faster than I thought. Okay. What's going on with this computer? Why does this computer have... Oh, you can't even see it. You don't even see what I'm saying because it's not sending any data at all. Why does this computer have no internet right now? Hold on, let's go troubleshoot. All right, what do we got? What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3. Gaming PC, Ethernet cable. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. Boom. Okay, all right. It's just not doing anything. All right, troubleshoot. Number 1, restart. Let's go, baby. Restarting, fix everything. What was I saying? The baby error and the 40 beheaded baby error and the hospital bombing error are not the same type of error. Like, you can follow the genesis of each misreporting, and one of them shouldn't happen, but I think you could see what was going on. The other was clearly unacceptable. From what I could see, the beheaded baby one, it seemed like the genesis of this was 40 babies were reported killed. Somebody saw at least one of the babies were beheaded. And then somehow people conflated that with 40 babies were beheaded, okay? Now, one, you can see where, like, it came from, even if it was stupid and sloppy. But two, it was mostly factually correct, right? There were 40 dead babies. At least one was decapitated. They weren't all 40 decapitated, right? But so it's mostly correct, not 40 beheaded babies, just 40 dead babies with a few of their heads cut off, right? But you could follow the genesis of, like, that, the evolution of how that got fucked up. The hospital bombing, the initial claim, every single part of this failed, and the fact reporting was unimaginably stupid. The original claim was Israel missile striked a hospital building with 400 people dead. All 4 parts of this misreport were not only completely untrue, there was no factual basis for almost any part of this. It wasn't Israel. It was probably that Islamist jihadist group. It clearly wasn't a missile. Okay, the crater is about as big as if your mom jumped out the 10th story fucking window, okay, in a building in New York, okay? The crater was not there. There were no fucking way there were 400 people dead. Impossible. And it wasn't a hospital that was hit. It was a parking lot outside of a hospital. Every single part of the reporting on that is completely not true. The fact that people are trying to compare the 40 beheaded baby thing to the 40 beheaded baby thing to the hospital bombing misreport it's a bad faith. Nobody is seriously making that argument in good faith. It's just a desperate attempt to try to both sides of the situation. Yeah, sure, one of them could be more forgiving than the other, but the main problem still remains. The media ran with the stories before correcting them or waiting for more. I'm sorry, did they? Somebody can correct me wrong. I'm curious. Did any mainstream media outlet report 40 beheaded babies? Any of them? Because I know it was a lot on social media, but I don't remember reading any mainstream media reporting 40 beheaded babies. Okay, computer is restarting. So obviously I can't search it because I don't feel like looking up child porn right now. But I've heard that I was reading reports that there is it irresponsible to say this? I feel like it's like newsworthy, so probably not. But I've heard that there are reports going around of Hamas filming themselves raping that 9-year-old girl with her, like, all of her bottoms and everything removed. That's fucking wild. I'm cautiously saying that because I haven't looked for the video or looked at it because I don't know if legally I can even search for that. But holy fuck. I do know that there were, I think it's not on the internet, really. I read Reddit comments that were saying that the video was circulating. Maybe it's not, it might have been people faking it. But there were journalists that were commenting on the girl, I think was most likely raped is what they said. I don't know if the journalists saw the videos or not. And then a whole bunch of other videos that I think Israel let a whole bunch of international journalists in to review like footage that they'd collected. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ, yeah. My computer is still updating. Maybe that'll fix it. Is there a news source on anything credible on this? Yeah, I think if you just Google, if you Google Israel International Journalist, my guess is it should come up. I read like, I was doing this yesterday. Oh, my computer. Hello. From what I read, the journalist did not see footage of any rape. From what I had read, the description was there was a 9-year-old girl that they talked about killing who had her bottoms, like her pants and her underwear removed. And then the assumption was that she was probably raped. That's what I remember reading. I don't know if there was an actual rape video. I was reading comments saying there was a rape video, but again, I'm not going to start searching for 9-year-old rape videos. That seems like a little beyond the pale for me. But does anybody have a link to there is a list of all of the stuff that journalists had seen. Somebody can throw me in. I don't think this fixes anything, but I'm not sure if you saw the editor's note from New York Times on the hospital reporting. We'll probably go over all this tomorrow. But like, bro, how are you going to let a terrorist tell you that like this happened and then report it uncritically? And I was talking to Wicked Supreme in real life about this. Dude, fuck, am I going to be able to find it? Does anybody have a link to... Oh, wait, I might have to sit on my Reddit account. Does anybody have a link to the initial BBC article? I'm wondering, maybe I'll include this. Like, going back and rereading some of these articles. Bro, these are like some of the dumbest... I can't believe this made it past, like, and what do you call them? Like the editor board or the editors that decide, like, ultimately what goes in articles, what gets published? Bro, this shit was fucking unbelievable to me. Let's see. How do I find Reddit posts that I've saved? Profile. Oh, I think it was this article. Good job. This is the thread of what the journalist saw. Gotcha. There's just so many unbelievable things. Hundreds of people have been killed by an explosion at a crowded hospital in Gaza City, health officials say. Why not? Why would you put this here? This article is unbelievable. I read this article. It was insane. Health officials, what the fuck? This sounds like some legit shit. I think it was the first article that the BBC had written. One doctor condemned what he called a massacre at Al Ali Arab Hospital, while another spoke of a scene of total devastation. Keep in mind that they're going by eyewitness testimony with no pictures. No, bro, it's 2023. Like 5 billion people have smartphones now.
a scene of total devastation, why not ask for a single picture? A single picture. Palestinian officials say the blast was caused by an Israeli airstrike, but the Israeli military says it was a result of a failed rocket launch by Palestinian Islamic Jihad, an accusation the militant group rejected. Israeli warplanes and artillery have been bombing Gaza in response to an unprecedented... Hold on. This is my favorite part of the... my favorite part of the article here is... the civil engineer. Zahir Kuhail, a British Palestinian civil engineering consultant and university professor who was nearby at the time, at night, okay, told the BBC that what he had witnessed was beyond imagination. I saw 2 rockets coming from an F-16 or an F-35 fighter jet shelling these people and killing them ruthlessly without any mercy. In the dark of night. First of all, I'm pretty sure these planes can launch missiles from like 10 or 20 miles away, okay? In pitch black, you saw F-16, which are 2 totally different planes, by the way, right? Twin engine versus single engine. You saw F-35s or F-16 shooting like, how do you read a statement like this? And it's like, that seems like valid eyewitness. Something. Yeah, fuck it, let's throw it in. Bro, this article is wild. How would you even, isn't it pretty normal for BBC to report eyewitness accounts? Like, don't they almost always do this? Do they? Hold on. Do you think they would? Like, if I were to go to, if I were to go and say I saw like a UFO kill 1,000 people, would they say it was reported by a guy that he witnessed a UFO murdering 1,000 people? No, shut the fuck up. What do you mean? Oh, F-16s and F-30s are both single engine? Oh, they might be. Sorry, my bad. That's why you mixed them up, because they're so similar. The reporting on this is wild, okay? The reporting on this is unbelievably wild. I don't think BBC's biased towards Palestine. I just think their bias is trying to appear impartial. That's probably why they hyped up pro-Palestinian shit. I don't believe that's true, okay? I think that this is one of the most botched stories of all time, okay? I think that this whole thing has been wild. And it's been the driver... Like, also, I think you should compare the difference in tone between when they knew that it was Israel that had bombed them. It was like the worst thing ever, this horrible. But then when they figured out that, oh, maybe it actually came from Gaza, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's Israel's fault anyway. Bro, get the fuck out of here, okay? Get the fuck out of here. Embassies were attacked over this? Yeah. Let's see, what am I clicking here? Fuck. I'm trying to find I'm trying to find the Twitter thread. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Boom, boom. This wasn't when I originally saw it, but this must have been one of the journalists that saw it. So Israel apparently released, declassified, showed. They invited in a ton of international journalists, and then they showed them footage, basically footage that they'd recovered. I just saw indestructible raw footage of Hamas's massacre, along with 100 other international journalists provided by Israeli authorities. Here are the notes I took. 1. Hamas terrorist screaming Allah Akbar as he frantically tries to behead a dead man with a shovel. 2. A father and 2 sons, roughly 7 and 9, running for their lives in their underwear into what appear to be a bomb shelter with an open entrance. A Hamas terrorist throws a hand grenade into the shelter, killing the father and badly injuring the 2 sons, who run back into the house. So many more scenes, but I hope you get the gist. The authorities asked us not to film the screening out of respect for the relatives of the Israeli victims. If anyone has any doubt with what happened, I truly don't know what to say. 4 was Hamas terrorists setting fire to a house in a kibbutz. 5, a beheaded Israeli soldier. 6, a photo of a dead baby in childbirth beyond recognition. 2 continued. The 2 sons are screaming for their dad, saying they're going to die. A Hamas terrorist casually and calmly takes a bottle of water from the family's fridge and drinks it as the 2 boys weep. 7, scores of dead people on the road after Hamas executed them in the cars, yelling Allah Akbar. 8, Hamas terrorist calling his parents, saying, I killed 10 Jews with my own hands. I'm using the dead Jewish woman's phone to call you now. The mother says, may God protect you. 3, this was the one where I'd read a little bit more about supposedly the rape thing. Maybe that wasn't part of the footage, or maybe that was people extrapolating too much. I'm not sure. But 3, Hamas terrorists enter a house where a small girl is seen hiding under the table. After some talking back and forth, they shoot and kill her as she hides under the table. Hard to say how old she is, but she's like 79 years old. Yeah, Jesus, fuck. Hold on. Somebody said, Destiny, why aren't you complaining about this reporting with no evidence? What do you mean, reporting with no evidence? This was, I'm pretty sure over 100 international journalists were brought in to review video footage. Video footage is direct evidence. That's what video footage is. A lot of these videos are online. Yeah, they might be. Does Hamas have a TV crew following them around? No, they all have cell phones, bro. People record everything they do these days. Here's the phone call you mentioned. Oh, is that actually Jesus? Oh, I heard I heard the GoPro thing. I don't know if I've seen that or if that's true or not, but.
طب انا قاعد اكلمك من جوبا بسيم افتح الواتس تبع قول له وين شوف كيف القتله شوف كيف قتلك بيدي يابا ابنك قتل يهود هاي دخلوا بسيم يابا الله اكبر ربنا يحميك يا رب ربنا يحميك يابا ربنا يحميك يابا قاعد اكلمك من جوال يهوديه قتلتها وقتلت جوزها الله اكبر الله اكبر ولله الحمد الله اكبر ولله الحمد يابا افتح الواتس شوف كيف قتلت يابا افتح بتدفع عليك واتس قول له وين بروح ربنا يروح بالسلامه يابا يابا بسيم يابا يابا والله 10 قتلت 10 بيدي يابا يابا على ايدي اعطينا امي يما يما يحميك يما طول الليل 10 بيدي يابا طول الليل 10 يما بيدي قتلت طول الليل ادعي لك طول الليل ادعي لك ربنا يرحمك بالسلامه يما يما طول الليل ادعي معاك يما ربنا يحميك يما
Yeah, I think this is why Israeli people kind of freak out when people say you just need to free them all. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not that that's a good justification to do one thing or another, but Jesus Christ. Destiny, the BBC interviewed that doctor who said it was a massacre. They probably also, I don't know why you think that makes it better, why it's okay, Dunebug, or why if you're trying to both sides it or whatever. I'm not sure why you're linking this. I don't know why you think I give a fuck. Like, it's clearly and obviously, I mean, I can say this retrospectively and I with 100% accuracy, but even without it being retrospective, you probably should have some sort of corroborating evidence if you're reporting that a nation is basically committing like a war crime terrorist attack. I don't think that's a very high threshold. To take 1 or 2 eyewitness reports of people who claim they saw F-35 shooting missiles at hospitals in the middle of the night with no other corroborating evidence is fucking retarded. At Destiny, talk about the West Bank. Are you ever going to focus on Israel, or are you just going to talk endlessly about lefties? There's only so much I can talk about. I only have 1 month. Or, I'm sorry, 1 mouth. We've got 12 months in a year. Yeah, I'm sure I've talked about West Bank stuff before. Are you really uncomfortable that we're talking about like how absolutely fucking insane Hamas is right now because the only thing you want to focus on is on the Israeli shit? I'm talking about West Bank stuff before. I don't really approve of the settler stuff. I think most of the settler encampments should probably be withdrawn. From what I understand, I don't know why. If you're really asked about or uncomfortable about the fact that Hamas are absolutely fucking insane, you don't like seeing anything of that, you can always go and watch other streams. There's plenty of other dick sucks that you can watch that will suck off any Arabic or brown person because they're like against U.S. foreign policy. There's so many other streamers you can watch. Okay. Why do other states who share the same religion and ideology not help Palestinians? They kind of do, but it's very, first of all, when we say Palestinians, you have to be careful to separate like people in the West Bank versus people from the Gaza Strip. And it's just, it's complicated. I think what we'll probably do, what I might do for this is, I think we're probably going to do a couple days just like fleshing out like all of the back and forth between Israel and the Palestinians, I guess, for the past like probably 80 years and go back and forth through the conflicts to kind of map it out. For why people don't help them or do help them, it feels to me like people that help Palestinians don't really give a fuck about Palestinians. It seems like they kind of just want to kill people in Israel, like more or less. Like, I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think Iran really gives a fuck about Palestine. I think they just want to kill Israel. They just want to like wipe that country off the map. From what I've seen, I don't think anybody in the Middle East really likes Palestinians. They seem to be pretty fucking insane anywhere they go. Palestinians got into Egypt. I think they tried to assassinate the leader. They failed. I think they failed, right? I think they did the same thing in Jordan. I think they did the same thing in Lebanon. They went into Lebanon and started stealing their territory so that they could like attack Israel from Lebanon. I think Palestinians are everywhere they go, they kind of cause some insane shit to happen. So yeah, I don't think I'm pretty sure all three of those countries got mega burned. We'll go over those things, but yeah. At Destiny, no, come on. 95% of your content the past month has been very pro and understanding of Israel. Like, come on. Yeah, because I mean, that's the side that we're covering right now. I mean, I'm generally a pro-Israel person. Hold on. Don't make any mistake. I think that Israel probably has a right to exist as a country. We just need to figure out like a stable status quo between Israel and Palestine, where Palestinians aren't being like fucked by Israel in their existence. Like, that's the path forward. Yeah, let me be unambiguously clear about that. I think that Israel as a country should exist. I think there's good reason for it to exist. I think there's good reason for us to protect its existence. I fully 100% support that. Anybody that, any of you like sea to river people should go jump off a cliff, or you should go to Palestine and fight. Find a Israeli missile of your own, hopefully. Be on the receiving end of that. But yeah, that's like my unambiguous stance on that. But obviously, as it's been happening, the status quo right now is not acceptable to where Palestinian people in the West Bank and in the Gaza Strip are living a pretty fucked life as a result of Israel trying to maintain their security status. I don't think that situation is untenable and probably not fair or not right to the Palestinian peoples. But Destiny, quick question. How do you justify Israel's existence given the historical setting? Very easily. Britain had a mandate for that territory post Ottoman Empire collapse, and then post World War II, they threw Israel up there, and that's how it goes. That's how the entire history of the world has been in terms of establishing borders. There was no Palestinian nation, and a group of people living in some areas doesn't give them an indefinite and permanent right to settle that land and to have a governing body recognize it into perpetuity. That's not how any border, any country, any nation, any state, any part of the world has ever gone. You never at any point have ever said, we're going to go back 80 years and say, because you people lived here. So this is not how anything goes. Countries exist at the behest of governments. Borders are drawn by, multiple governments, by bodies like the UN that recognize countries. That's how it goes. Yeah, that's it. It's super easy and super simple. That's like the easiest question. Anybody that's like, well, didn't Israel invade and kind of blah, blah, blah. There was no Palestinian nation there, okay? Palestinians were always parts of like other empires, other peoples, whatever. They didn't have a nation state of their own that was recognized by anybody. No, this is how it goes. You can't go back and turn the clock back and reset the borders or reset the composition of some country just because some other people were there beforehand. It just doesn't work that way. You could do it. I mean, you could arguably do it if it's happening now. If it's happening like right now, if people are trying to invade somebody or take something over, I think there's arguments against that. That's why I think, for instance, you can make an argument that there can be a Palestinian state that gets international recognition, but you can't go back 80 years and say, oh, well, you shouldn't be here or you should be here because of this. It just doesn't work, yeah. Isn't that the entire basis for Israeli statehood going back 2,000 years? No, the basis for Israeli statehood was World War I and II, and it was the winning team with a mandate to decide how they wanted to divvy up or draw borders for the new territories. which is, by the way, how every single border. Hold on. Destiny so confidently utters the most uncritical thought about this conflict. Every single border in the history of the world has been determined this way. Where do you think every single country ever came from? It's been through conquest, and then after conquest, it's been countries drawing borders. Like that's every single part of world history. Yeah. I mean, it's like people have been going to war with Israel for the past 80 years too. If they would have won those wars, they probably would have fucking killed every fucking Jew there. Like that probably would have, or most of them, Jesus. Have you done research into the Israeli blockade of Gaza since 2005? If so, do you think it's justified? I don't know. People in Gaza Strip are fucking insane, okay? There are multiple countries in Europe that have donated like over 100. You know, they talk about like fresh water in Gaza and how they don't have like fresh water and it's all contaminated. Part of the reason for that, Europe has invested like over $100 million in trying to get pipes and clean water over there. Hamas literally films themselves. I don't have to like make this up. It's not even propaganda. Hamas films themselves digging up the fucking water pipes to make rockets. Okay? Like, Jesus Christ. Destiny's lost the plot on this. He's unhinged. True. Actually, I think the more sensible thing is the whole country of Israel should be removed and every single Jew should be deported to some other place. Based. At Destiny, I agree with you, but when I debate these pro-Palestinians, they say that the Brits displaced Palestinians to allow Jews to set their state. For instance, I mean, okay. If you want to have a realistic solution, here's another thing too, right? I think I said this before when I was in Sweden. When you're talking about borders today, okay, in some ways, history is kind of important, but in other ways, history doesn't actually matter at all. And I would challenge anybody, has there ever been a mass migration of people from some territory because somebody made the argument that, well, 50 years ago, this happened? I don't think that is, I could be wrong, but I don't think that has ever happened at any point in all of human history. When you're trying to figure out how to solve a problem or settle like conflicts, disputes with borders, with peoples, you have to take the situation as it is now and figure out how to solve it now. Nobody's going to be convinced going back 80 years and saying like, oh, well, you know, you guys should be like, oh, well, fuck, you're right, let's go, right? There's tons of people there right now, and you have to figure out like how to solve the issue of those people there right now. Destiny, has there ever been a country of people who give up their land when they've been there for generations? Without knowing the history, I'm gonna venture a guess that probably like all of Europe has had borders constantly changing throughout the past like multiple centuries of people that have been there for a long time and then gotten removed and killed, and people like. Why do you think the left is unable to denounce anti-Semitism? The left cannot criticize people of color. Hold on, wait a second. You guys are making my argument for me. At Destiny, the Turks killed 1.5 million Armenians and stole their land in 1920. Much worse than what happened in Palestine. Yes, but they're not. But notice how it's the killing part that makes that work, right? It wasn't the heated debate. It wasn't the passionate arguments of you should leave because we had this land first, right? Abba in YouTube chat saying you should accept Russia's invasion of Ukraine because of this take. How? That's the exact opposite of what I'm saying. What? If Russia were to hold all of the land that they have now for 60 years or something, or for 50 years, and we're in like 2070 and they still have all of that and then Crimea, then I would probably agree. I'd say, fuck it. They've had it for this long. Like, it's a whole bunch of Russian people living there now. Like, these are the recognized borders. Like, okay, fuck it. Like, that it is what it is. I mean, I would say it then, but like, this is a current invasion, so it's different, right? So that is in favor of Hamas keeping up or trying to take land then. Well, I mean, that's their goal, right? The goal of trying to take land from somebody. This is the way that you settle new territory and draw new borders is you conquer the land, you move in your people, and as long as your people are there long enough, typically people are like, okay, fuck it. And then people, that's it. That's your land, right? The Soviet Union did this. It was called Russification, I believe, right? Where they would try to move in, once they've taken some territory or whatever, I think they would try to move in a ton of their citizens. They would try to like change the culture and the language. And then eventually you'd have all these people here that like identified with Russia. And then boom, you have it. It's like, that's your shit, right? You ship in passports, you ship in people. Yeah. Could this trigger a World War III or a bigger war that might involve Western versus Middle East? Probably not. I think it would depend on if the U.S. got like actually militarily involved. That'd be my guess, but I don't know. Who knows? Do you believe that the Israeli government even wants a two-state solution? Maybe, but I mean, like the two-state solution meaning what? Like two-state solution where Palestine has their own independent government and military? I don't know. I don't know what kind of two-state solution both sides would agree to right now. But I would have to see, like, I don't even know what's on the table. Yeah. Destiny, the Israelis explicitly ethnically cleansed hundreds of thousands of Palestinians post-UN mandate. And before the 1948 Arab-Israeli war, this was done illegally and prevented the Palestinians from ever having a voice in the direction Israel took. JSKL, hi. I read that before. Fuck, I wish I had this particular post on hand. Every single time, and your story is included in this that I'm about to say, every single time somebody points to a bad thing that Israel or Palestine has done, there was always a thing that happened right before it every single time. What you were posting that like Jewish people just came and started randomly murdering and ethnically cleansing a bunch of Palestinian people is not true. It was not random. It was not unprovoked. It's absolutely not true. I've seen that exact particular example brought up, and there was an exact particular series of events that was happening prior to this, because there's a YouTuber that made like a video explaining this, then I saw somebody else with a counter explanation for a whole bunch of shit that he left out, because the guy was basically just saying like, oh yeah, well when Israel was here, they started indiscriminately murdering and ethnically cleansing Palestinians and blah blah blah, which is not true. But I don't have all of that on hand right now. Maybe yeah, tomorrow and the day after we'll start digging through all that. Have you looked at the Majority Report sub? And I try not to. I don't want to kill myself. Although it is true, I believe, that after that conflict, I believe it was in 48, I think it was after that conflict, Israel or Jewish people did go through and like push the fuck out of a ton of Palestinian people after that conflict. That is true, but... Are there similar events that led up to the October 7th invasion? I don't think any particular event set this off, not that I'm aware of, but... Wonderbox is the best running knowledge of history, it seems. I'll probably talk to him eventually, but I think I'm probably just gonna, we'll just like map out like every single thing. August, this isn't even a good video. I haven't even like, there's so much more, this is gonna be a dog shit video of you. I feel like we should just publish shit from tomorrow. I don't know. Well, you know what, fuck it, here we go. Take your...
Fight with you about it. We're missing a lot of shit.
You'll fight with me about it? Yeah, fight with me in 2 days, okay?
Okay. Well, when you do that, why don't you watch a documentary on Britain and when they gave Israel that land, where they promised to before they gave it to Israel.
Yeah? Was it promised to the Palestinians first?
7 months before.
Yeah? Why did that change?
Because Britain is Britain, and
Yeah.
they just decided to do that.
Based. True.
Why not every European country in North America take in Jewish refugees instead of giving them their own land?
Well, what do you think would have happened if, never mind. Okay, here, we'll argue about this in 2 days, okay? There is a theory that all these conflicts were planned before to make the U.S. weaker. Ukraine is, oh, okay, good one.
And I'm not anti-Israel, Chad. Stop saying that.
You can't be. You're prior military. You gotta love the Jews, okay? They're our best friends.
I do love Jews. I want to be one.
Yeah?
Yeah, but, you know, there's a reason they keep it kind of hard to get into.
Hard? I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to become Jewish.
It's not at all. There are like 2 sects in the entire religion. They're very small that allow Gentiles to get in. Otherwise,
Are you sure? Because I hear the exact opposite
yes, because
from...
I researched it because I wanted to be a Jew.
No shot. I'm pretty sure it's fairly easy to get...
Google it or ask Chad. You have plenty of Jewish chatters. Ask them.
Yeah, but every Jewish person I'm talking, because I always bring this up, because when I argue with Nazis, they're always like, you have to have the pure bloodline from the mother and blah, blah, blah. But whenever I talk to any Jewish person, they're always like, Israel is insanely fucking hungry for people. If you marry anybody, or like for like birthright shit, if you've got like a great grandfather who like fucked a Jew once, Israel like, come birthright, come and hang out and be here and follow. Like, I feel like...
Right lineage and you just didn't know about it, but you found out about it, yes, but you still have to, it has to come down from the mother at some point in time, otherwise the bloodline gets cut.
Okay, I don't know. We'll look. I don't even know how I would look that up, but maybe.
What fucking setting do you watch these on?
What?
No tag.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't. Just whatever. I'm not sure. Do borders get automatically recognized with time? I think that's generally how it goes. What if 70 years passed but nobody recognized Crimea as Russian? I mean, I think eventually it would happen if they held it for long enough, right? Or maybe my friends were talking about how easy it is to become Israeli and not necessarily Jewish. Maybe that was the difference. Russia taking over Georgia. They stopped fighting over the land. It's Russian. Ukraine is still fighting, so it's not Russian. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that happened with Georgia too, right? Those two, the two independent states are basically just that, right? Would you support increased U.S. involvement in Israel? This is my current stance on what the solution to Israel-Palestine is, but this might change in a few days if I do. This might change in a few days after research. What I feel like should happen is Israel, Palestine, and probably most of the Middle East, okay, should come together and create a two-state solution where Palestine has their territory, Israel has their territory, probably would involve pulling back a lot of, or the majority of the settlements from the West Bank, okay? Palestinians would get their state. They might be separated or not. Israel would get their state. There'd be travel between Gaza and all that. The embargo, the blockades would be removed. Israel would have absolutely no say over the security of any of the Palestinian territories, the Golan Heights, whatever, go back to Syria, right? All this would happen, okay? Every state would sign off on it. But the agreement would be that if any crazy Palestinian terror attacks, whatever happen, like, or any shit like that is going on, okay, Iran sending shit or whatever, and Israel gets attacked from some shit, the United States comes in and fucking NATO's into the earth, okay, whatever faction or group of people is involved in that.
You want another 9/11?
What?
Do you want another 9/11? Because that's how you get another 9/11.
But that's the solution. That way, because Israel doesn't want, I don't think Israel is, especially for the next 20 years with this in their brain, Israel's never going to be happy with anything where they don't control all of the security of the Palestinian territories, right?
Hold on. Let's be really clear. When you do your research,
Yeah.
this shit is not about security. They say it's about security, and that's one of the most annoying things.
Wait, what do you think it's about if it's not about security?
They want the land. They want the fucking land. They want the land.
The only reason they even have as much land as they have is because they were invaded by like 15 different countries at once.
They fucking use that.
Do you think they would have gotten the land if everybody tried to invade them and lose?
No, they got the land because they were backed by fucking strong Western governments that gave them it's like dropping fucking Delta Force into the fucking Brazil 300 years ago.
Yes, but like for instance, like for the 6-Day War, the only reason Israel was able to expand so much is because 3 countries tried to invade them at once and they all lost. Otherwise, Israel wouldn't have had any of that land.
Backed and powered by fucking Western governments.
Then maybe the other Arab countries should have invaded them.
That's not how it is because they should have done it in the first place. It was promised to the Palestinians.
Who cares? The Palestinians were just a group of ethnic people. They didn't have a fucking country. They didn't have a fucking government. They didn't have a fucking...
In the 1500s, that land was fucking conquered by Britain. So from 1500s to 1917, that fucking land was owned by Britain. Britain promised them that within like 9 months of that land being given back to the Arab people from the Ottoman Empire, they said, you know what, we're going to give this to the
Also, I don't even know if Israel was Western backed in the 40s and 50s.
Yes, we put them there. We trained them.
We trained and militarily disciplined them in the...
militarily supported them from the beginning. Yes.
Well, sounds like the other guy shouldn't have invaded them. Israel's territory would be way fucking smaller.
No, because you have to look up. So now you have to research. Hold on. So
Yeah.
here's the fucking problem.
Oh my
Jack
God.
and Steven, you can't fucking talk about this shit without sounding a goddamn groiper.
Groiper. I am a groiper. Go ahead.
That fucking clip from Sneeko where he tells that one dude about it. Remember, like a week or two ago.
No.
He's explaining to that skinny dude like the history of Israel. You have to listen very carefully because he's explaining some things that are true, but then it's fucking peppered with all kinds of anti-Jew shit, right? But then there are a lot of truths in there about the history of Israel. One of which is that the land was supposed to go back to the Arabs from the Ottoman Empire. There's a ton of shit you're missing when you talk about this.
Okay. There might be shit I'm missing, but I'm pretty sure that if you look at the modern day stuff,
it's a fucking long one.
You don't think you think that there's zero concern for any of the security situations from all of these places they keep getting attacked from, bombed from, invaded from, missiles shot from?
Yeah. What foments the existence of Hamas?
I don't know. Why does Hamas only exist in the Gaza Strip?
Because the Gaza Strip government voted for them in 2006.
Why did they vote for them in 2006 when Israel removed all of the settler encampments in 2005?
Because Israel has been on a constant campaign of expansionism. They're oppressing these people. For
Isn't that the opposite of expansionism? No. Let's say if you were to tell Israel, maybe you should take all the settler camps out of the West Bank, and they say, well, we did that in the Gaza Strip, and now we have Hamas.
No,
what would be the argument? Why would they go for that?
That would be like us giving back Texas in the 1800s, but then we still fuck with the Mexicans who now own Texas. They would still have animosity towards us.
Okay, but if you're saying they still have animosity towards you, then Israel's going to probably think, well, they're always going to have animosity, so why the fuck would we give them anything? They're just going to fucking kill us all.
One of the issues I've had with where everyone's like, I want to see the bodies, I want to see this, and they're super focused on it. And it's like, you didn't believe it. Only a fucking moron's denying the tragedy of the Hamas attack, right?
Sure.
So that's dumb.
I'm not thinking of the Hamas.
But no, you have to understand what Israel does with that fucking information. They know that they're turning, like, they have the backing of 84 nations in the United Nations. They understand that they've got America behind them and every other major Western nation.
Yep.
And by directing the conversation towards, look at the tragedy, it's like 9/11 all over again, where it's like 2,900 people just died. We're going to fucking do whatever the fuck we want. If you're not with us, you're with the terrorists. They literally do. They did the fucking meme. They literally 2 days after tweeted, you're either with us or you're with the terrorists.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But no, that's not how this fucking works, because they just shelled 5,000 fucking Palestinian civilians.
So, well, hold on. First of all, civilians is everybody in Palestine, okay? Number one, you think Hamas is saying, okay, you killed 700 of our fighters and 2,000 civilians? They call everybody a civilian, and they call everyone a child. So a 17-year-old with an AK-47 in their hand is an innocent civilian that was killed by Israel.
There's
Number one.
No substantiated reporting that they are fucking mowing down children carrying AK-47.
There's no substantial reporting that is of any number of civilians killed.
Saying that they have wiped out 1/6 of Hamas.
Oh, I don't even know if the reported dead numbers, my understanding, only comes from Hamas. Palestinian health officials, which are the same people that reported that the hospital got bombed. Why the fuck would I believe anything they say? I'm sure there are a lot of people that have been killed. I'm sure there are probably a lot of civilians that have been killed. The actual numbers, bro, Israel's been bombing a lot. It's possible that 2,000 have been killed. It's more. It's possible that if it came out there was a huge dig of the old body, it wouldn't surprise me if there was like over 5,000 killed. I could totally say that being the case. But like, there's a big difference between saying, like, it's possible that anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 people have been killed versus 4,000 civilians have been killed. I don't believe that.
You have to fucking understand that they are not, like, discriminately bombing these people. They're shelling neighborhoods. They're not...
Hold up. There's video footage of Israel just missile striking and destroying whole neighborhoods?
Whole city blocks, yeah.
I would be curious to see that. You should send it to me.
I absolutely will.
Because if Israel is indiscriminately bombing neighborhoods without any warning or whatever first and leveling entire blocks, I'd be curious to see that. That'd be really bad.
On the Human Rights Watch as a reliable source, so I'm curious what your feelings are on Human Rights Watch.
What do you mean? The UN part?
Yeah.
I think they're generally okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's my source.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the things they do, like giving like 15-minute warnings to evacuate fucking multi-story apartment buildings.
Sure. Well, to be fair, they've given. It's been over a day or like 2 or 3 days before, right? Before warning that they were going to be going through northern Gaza, right?
The first big set of bombings, less than 24-hour notice, and for individual buildings they were going to bomb, 15-minute notice, drop a charge on it, right? You can't fucking fire drill a building in that fast, let alone like have someone come to the building and say, hey, we're going to do this. Like, so look at Fallujah, right? Fallujah, first battle of Fallujah, 4 weeks. 600 civilian casualties. That was after multiple days of effort with Americans helping people get out. That's with Americans sending flyers. That's with Americans using interpreters over the loudspeaker, right? 4 weeks of fighting, 600 casualties. Second battle of Fallujah, 6 weeks. Same drill, get the fuck out, shit's about to go down. Still 600 casualties. Israel, first fucking day of bombing, 600 casualties reported.
Supposedly.
I understand the skepticism of a government that is controlled by Hamas, but at the end of the day, like the level of effort that they're engaging with against Palestine, the way they are bombing them, the way they're handling this conflict is disproportionate to what happened. And we are learning, it's like people who would have shit on Bush a week before this are now defending this kind of action.
There's a difference between the United States taking action in the Middle East versus Israel taking action in the Middle East, though, right? The difference. Wait. The difference is that whether or not Israel wins or loses, I don't think it fucking matters in the grand scheme of things to the United States, right? Because, let's say we lost the war in Iraq or whatever, who cares? But for Israel, I think there's a much bigger concern because for Israel, also fuck you, I haven't done my research yet. You're making me fucking argue this. For Israel, the scary thing is, let's say that attack from the Gaza Strip was more bad. Let's say it was like 3,000 or 4,000 people killed. And let's say that the other nations around that did start small attacks, because I believe Hezbollah did start to fire rockets into northern Israel. Let's say that they would have been more emboldened and attacked. The scary thing, I think, for Israel, and the reason why they're probably a bit more aggressive in their action, is because there's this, what is this saying? Like, if the Palestinians stop fighting, they're oppressed or whatever. If Israel stops fighting, they're genocided. Like, the whole country is
going to genocide them. They're backed by, again, 84 nations. They are never going to be genocided unless Iran launches 10 nukes.
When you say backed by 84 nations, they have technology, training, and support.
And we will fucking go to fight for them.
Do you think the United States would put troops on the ground in Israel?
Absolutely. If Gaza had any substantive army and was going to go in there, absolutely the United States would fucking defend them.
I feel like that gets us really close.
Do you know it's illegal in 38 states for a teacher to speak?
BDS thing? Okay, yeah. I think that U.S. troops on the ground in Israel, I think gets us significantly closer to World War III than any part. Like, I'm pretty sure there are like 4 or 5 different Middle Eastern nations who say that, like, this is the line in the sand. Like, if U.S. troops are in Israel, all hell, Iran's army, it's not going to be cyber warfare or funneling money. It's going to be armies now from all the Middle East.
I did bring up the BDS shit just like as some random point. Like, ingrained in the United States for decades, like, platforms on left and right have been built upon Israel as a nation, right? We have laws, and that should be the most infuriating fucking thing, that you can't speak against Israel in any kind of BDS way and maintain your job as a public educator. That's fucking batshit. What other nation do we fucking give that to?
Wait, why are we jumping to this?
No, because my point is that within American existence is the idea that Israel must be protected at all costs.
I agree.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. So the idea that we would do fucking nothing.
I didn't say we would do nothing. I just don't know if we, like, for instance, if Ukraine, I think Ukraine is very important to the United States and very important to Europe. You agree with that, right? They're very important to our support for them, right? Well, if Russia was super winning the war in Ukraine, the U.S. is never putting troops on the ground there. There's never going to be a no-fly zone. There's never going to be maybe some special forces, maybe, for training only. But the U.S. is not putting troops on the ground in Ukraine. Do you agree with that?
I think Ukraine, no, but I think the next target, if Russian continued expansionism, I think at some point either the
if they hit a NATO country, absolutely, but non-NATO countries, I don't think the United States is putting boots on the ground. Yeah. So wait, somebody said this thing here. The USA didn't put boots on the ground in '73, and it was brutal for Israel in the first few days. I don't know. I don't even know that conflict. I want to map out like all the conflicts. I'll probably do that tomorrow and the day after. I don't think. I'm curious if there are like other military analysts or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to read some. I'm sure that'll come up. But I don't know. I don't think the United States would put actual troops on the ground in Israel. Or actually, here would be a history question. Has the U.S. ever put troops in Israel or enforced like a no-fly zone or bombed people around Israel?
I don't know about that. But what I do know is if anything were to happen anywhere near Israel actually being conquered or genocided, it would not stand. It might end up being World War III. That might be the catalyst where it's like, sorry, we are going to this. Like, think about it. Everyone's so gung-ho about, like, Israel must exist, and their whole thing is, and that's a lot of that sentiment is predicated on what happened to them during World War II. So if everyone is going to look at Israel as this state that must exist and must be protected, do you think they're just going to give it up? Well, it's like, okay, well, we were bluffing. Like, we were really just going to protect them as much as possible.
I mean, well, but again, our protection has never extended to actual physical military presence, right?
We've never wanted it to. It's a tinderbox. But if it gets to the point of Israel stops fighting, they no longer exist, then you're creating a situation where it's like, okay, yeah, at that point, gloves are off. Look,
who's fighting on the other side of that for it to be a world war? Well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure if Syria and Iran are involved, I'm pretty sure Russia gets involved at some point.
I mean, China just deployed fucking troops to the Middle East, so
to what? I have no idea.
Sorry. Ships. Huh? They just sent ships towards the Middle East.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what China's relationships well enough with Middle Eastern countries to know what their involvement would be, but I'm pretty sure that Russia gets involved at some point if Syria and Iran are involved.
Look, in your research, all I want you to do is look at this. One, counterinsurgency and terrorism. Like the way to beat Hamas for Israel to seriously consider defense is to make peace with Palestine. 2, Israel expansionism cannot stand. 3, you have to look up like the current people in government, the far right people and what they want. They're very explicit about how they handle their mindset towards the Palestinian people.
Oh no, it's the quotes.
I mean, yeah, when you have these people in government, I mean, it's like, 86%, here's a good thought though, 86% of Israelis, according to Ethan, I didn't check his stat, say that they're opposed to Netanyahu and the right-wing government, right?
Yep.
But they maintain power. But is it like conservatives where they're like, we don't like Trump, but then, someone a little more polished says the same shit and they're like, yeah, we like that guy. Or do they actually stand against the current Israeli policies? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the polling in Israel yet, but
I think one of the frustrating things is that when someone says Israel shouldn't exist, people lose their fucking mind. When it's like, well, no, if you know the history of it, technically it shouldn't. I'm a two-stater. I think Israel has been around long enough. It should exist. But I think if people still have the keys or records to their fucking place that was stolen within the last 70 years, an ongoing fucking conflict.
The problem is you can justify an infinite amount of territorial conquest at that point. Like if a Native American comes in from the fucking Minnesiqui,
because we subdued them. We subdued, controlled, took over the land, sequestered them off to fuck all other places, and now, sorry, you're part of the fucking nation, buddy.
Okay, but that's exactly what Israel is trying to do in the West Bank, right?
They're trying to invade, but it's an ongoing conflict.
It is ongoing. The fact that it's ongoing is why I think there is justification for Palestinians to fight for, at the very least, the borders they currently have. But you can't ship off the entire country of Israel to Kenya or whatever.
I'm a two-stater. I don't want that.
Okay.
But I do think there should be some more compromise than Israel would ever be willing to give. Current borders, I don't believe are enough. I think there should be some land back. Absolutely. Do I think it should be rolled back to 1948? No, not at all. But, again, after, being a 20-year funded by the United States and the West government, Israel's power comes from support from the West.
Not only that, they've also done really well for themselves.
Sure,
it is a thriving country. It does a ton of trade. There's a ton of tech that comes out of there. It's not just if what you were saying that was true, Afghanistan would be Israel 2.0. Right? We've put a fuck ton of money in there. We put a fuck ton of military back, and we sent all sorts of shit. They didn't fucking do shit with it. They got rolled over 3 days by the Taliban. Iraq would be Israel 3.0. Oh, we rebuilt the whole fucking country. The Israeli people and the people there have done a lot for themselves. And a lot of the military conflict, I'm pretty sure they've stood. Fuck, I would have to go back and read exactly, but for instance, for that 6-day war, I don't think that was because they had so much fucking Western support and backing. I don't think anybody expected them to come out on top in that conflict.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure we didn't even expect that fucking conflict to happen.
Yeah,
that's the other
so
thing.
I don't think it's fair. I do agree that we support them and they're important for us, but I don't think Israel just stands because, it's just because they got a fuck ton of Western support. They do well on their own as well.
It's
I don't mean when I say on their own, I mean they're completely, but they do, yeah.
To use your analogy, it's like giving Mark Cuban or my mom $100,000, right? You give my mom $100,000, that shit's going to be gone and there's going to be no ROI and it's going to be spent. You give Mark Cuban that $100,000, he's going to do well with it. I mean, so that's how I'd compare Western support to Israel versus Afghanistan. Plus, again, Israel was more primed to be open and receptive to Western support. Afghans in this early 80s during the war with Russia. Was it early mid 80s?
Sure.
We came in, we gave them man pads, we gave them a little bit of training and all that stuff. Israel, it was fucking, we built that nation. Everyone helped build that nation. But one thing, I'm sorry, you just reminded me.
I think that Jewish people, because their culture, whatever the fuck else, I think that they just.
Are you saying they excel at everything, Stephen?
No, I'm saying that they align more culturally, I think, with Western values.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that Western, I'm going to do the full white nationalism. I think Western values are superior to a lot of the quasi-Islamist, theocratic, whatever dictatorial regimes that seem to be part and parcel with the Middle East. Right? I think that's a large part of why Israel's been successful. I think it's the most important part. It's not just because of Western support. It's because of the types of cultures, governments, societies that Israeli people or Jewish people tend to support. I think tend to be better than Islamist, jihadi, Jafari, whatever the fuck.
But we work with Saudi Arabia and all these other nations. If Palestine had resources, so here's the thing: a lot of people, even in America, with awareness of what's going on in Palestine and Israel, do not support expansionism. So if you talk to someone and you say, do you support the expansionism? They say no. It's okay, cool. But then it's like, okay, cool. Now let's say Palestine has like significant number of resources, like stuff for microprocessors and oil, right? Well, would everyone turn on a dime and say, well, let's support Israel's conquest? Or would suddenly Palestine have a bargaining chip at the table?
I don't sound like an asshole, but I don't know if it would be the same. Because again, like I said, look at the relationship that every surrounding country has with Palestine, right? Or the early Palestinians' relationship with the Muslim Brotherhood, them assassinating Egypt's leader when they got time in there, them going up to Jordan and then fighting back from Egypt there and trying to like coup and kill their leader, them going to Lebanon and trying to coup and kill their leader, and then stealing territory from them so they could fight Israel from that territory. Like everybody in that region hates Palestinians, not just Israel. So I mean, like, you know, given like unlimited resources, would they, you know, be the same? I think that if you turn back the clocks, or if like the cultures were a little bit different, such that like all the Muslim people didn't want to kill the Jewish people, whatever, there's a world where what you're saying, I think, is absolutely true.
I'm talking about like for decades of mistreatment and wrongdoing by Israel, would America have ever stepped in if Palestine had an actual reason for America to work with them? That's what I mean. There's a lot of shit that we haven't been called out on. Everyone's too much of a fucking coward to do that. And everyone knew, fucking, wasn't it Vosh tweeted it or something like that? Like, a lot of innocent Palestinians are going to suffer for this. Like, that's exactly what happened. We knew the reaction that Israel was going to have. And it's on Israel to be proportionate in their response. They're the ones with the power. And that's the issue.
When you say be proportionate with their response, though, I think that the problem is that people they frame it as a conflict between Palestine and Israel, but I don't think Israel feels that way. They feel like it's a conflict between them and the Arab world.
I mean, they do treat Arabs like second-class citizens.
Aren't there literally Arabs in there?
20%, and they are treated like second-class citizens.
Don't they have Arabs in government? Like, aren't there a couple Arab members?
And there were black people in government in the 1800s.
There weren't black people in government in South Africa during apartheid. I'm just saying, when you say second-class, wait, there were black people who were members of Congress in the 1800s?
Yes, fucking. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He's from. I think he might have been from Maryland.
There might have been, actually. I don't know.
Yeah, but either way, the point is that, like, yes, they exist, but they're still second-class citizens. Like, so, like, at one point, women were second-class.
When you say second-class citizens, what do you mean by that?
I mean, they are not treated the same. They do not have the same rights.
Yeah, I understand that. But like, what rights don't you have as an Arab in Israel versus?
I have a list in my notes. I'll get that for you.
Okay, we'll do that.
Well, when you look at the one thing I do want you to look up is, fuck, I had it. I'll come back to you with that. I gotta go put the washer on.
Okay, be careful. I love you. Well, listen, we'll talk in a few hours. I'm about to do kick or keep.
That's Israel's policy towards Palestinians.
Yeah, true. Destiny joined voice. I've got like 6 minutes, okay? Or, oh my God, hold on.
Alright, I'll be back in an hour.
Okay, I love you.
I have a to-do list from Mel.
Be careful, babe.
See you later.
Yo.
Oh, my IDF shell.
Yeah, so one, Lycan's just actually straight up lying to you. So the 24 hours thing, that was a UN thing. Israel never said anything about it.
24 hours thing? Wait, what are you talking about?
So at the very beginning of the war, there was 24 hours for North Gaza to evacuate. That was the UN. That was not Israel. Israel never put a time frame. They just said civilians need to evacuate. The second issue is if you think about how many
wait. The issue was what Lycan was claiming was that they didn't have enough time to reasonably evacuate. So he's saying that the bombing happened before Israel declared they were going to ground invade, and when they were going to start bombing, that Palestinian people didn't realistically, or Gazian, I don't know the fuck, people in Gaza City didn't realistically have enough time to escape before the bombing began. That was Lycan's claim. Do you think that's true, or do you think that's false?
I think that's absolutely false, because at the beginning, they were still doing the roof knocks, at least for the first 2 to 3 days, where they would roof knock and then they would bomb. Obviously, that's changed now, but for the first few days of the war, they were still doing the same thing that they were doing before. The second issue that I have is that, Hamas says 5,000 people have died. I don't know if that's true or not, but if you think about it, if you've dropped 6,000 high explosives, some of these unguided, into what is a horribly populated city, sorry, I'm in the middle of something, but if you're in the middle of a hugely populated city, right, and you're dropping 6,000 munitions and you only have 5,000 dead, that seems very, very, very targeted to me. If you're dropping 6,000 munitions
Sure. Well,
indiscriminately,
hold on. I understand what you're saying, that the kill count could be way higher. But the counter argument would be that if you're killing 5,000 people, even if it's somewhat targeted, like what is the civilian cost and what is the like infrastructure cost? Like, is it a proportional response, and is it fair that Israel can just like fucking lay waste to huge parts of Gaza City in retaliation for the attacks? Like, isn't the collateral damage going to be way too high?
Yeah, but the thing that you're comparing it to isn't how many people that are killed versus how many were killed by the attack across the border. It's proportionate to the number of Israelis, IDF soldiers, that are going to die when they have to go in on the ground. And I think that's the proportionate number that you're looking for. And the question for the Israelis is how many Gazan civilians can they kill with the air campaign versus sending in the IDF. And as soon as the IDF goes in on the ground, that number that's been killed by this air campaign is going to look comically small. Any bombing campaign that they do right now is going to be infinitely smaller than any civilians that are going to be killed as soon as the IDF goes in on the ground. And any killings and bombings that they're doing right now is going to save Israeli lives. And that's the comparison that needs to be made. If you look at Mosul, if you look at Kabul?
Mosul?
Yeah, Mosul. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Sorry, you're good.
Yeah, so in these places, I want to say in Mosul, there was about 8,000 al-Qaeda fighters. And America came in with 100,000 on our side between the U.S. Army, the Iraqi police, and what was the Iraqi army at the time. We suffered thousands of casualties, and towards the end of that, we were literally, if we took fire from a building, we would blow that building up because we were taking too many casualties. And this is from a force that had only had a few weeks to embed themselves into the city. Whereas Hamas has literally built hundreds and hundreds of miles of fortified tunnels throughout all of Gaza. This is probably going to be the ugliest conflict that we see in our lifetime, and that any bombing campaign that's been done by the IDF so far is going to pale in comparison. And yeah, it's going to be really ugly.
Wow, thanks. Okay. Well, listen, you and Lycan can do battle next time.
Sounds good. Enjoy your TV show.
Oh, I love you. Bye. All right, I'm gonna go. Okay, listen, I love you all very much. Kick.com. Wait, what is this? Kick.com/Destiny. I'm about to do a kick or keep. Trigger warning: rape, violence, and pedophilia. TLDR: I was e-raped by famous Fortnite streamer player Caroline Lol on Discord while I did not know she was not 15. I feel disgusting knowing this happened. Even worse, I exposed my own body like this. Sorry, everyone. E-raped? Is this a troll? This can't be real. This has to be a troll. It's gotta be a troll. Knew it would bang. Same lol. This is a troll. This is a troll post. Never mind. Okay. This is a meme. It is actually a meme. Okay. Oh.
What they got.
Yes.
My
Ew.
goodness. Look at that.
We're just waiting for one person.
Who's
Not
that?
this guy.
This guy, get back here.
Fuck off. Bro, Q, can you take, like, Hashinshin's rolls away? He keeps joining.
Uh-oh.
Stupid cunt. I had to pardon my French.
Kelly, could you stop kicking Hashinshin out?
He's not supposed to be here!
No, he's supposed to be here, okay? Muda had the last minute emergency.
No,
right?
no, no,
So,
no, no,
Ash
no,
is
no,
the
no,
replacement.
no, 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 no,
Ash
no,
is
no,
the
no, no.
replacement.
No.
Listen, you don't have anybody else.
Bro.
Do you have anybody else?
No.
Oh, more drama that I come back to. Based.
Okay.
Ooh.
EBV.
Who's
I
that?
don't know who EBV is, but whatever.
You don't even know who that guy is, and he's not here. The guy's not even here.
Even the Discord link. I don't know, man. Anyone
Yeah, so
that's
he's not here.
his Shinshin is better.
You guys have
bro.
like you guys just put
anyone
me-
else.
Like legitimately,
but there
I vote
is-
for
like, there
someone
isn't
else
anyone
than Shinshin
else.
as well. Not Shinshin.
There is
bro.
always other people, bro. Please, not Shinshin. You should don't give that guy attention. I'm
It's
telling
not
Lupo
even
was
that. It's
there.
like you guys
fucking
will just
put him
keep
in.
putting
I
us
don't
on. You
care.
guys keep putting us on with people we don't want to platform. Like
Yeah,
we're just not put a
exactly.
Shinshin on this episode. It's not about a Shinshin.
Ah,
That Shinshin
uber
episode's about
dangerous.
Shinshin.
Shut the fuck up with
have
that
sex with a
garbage.
child or
People said
something?
that about Sky. People said that about you. You think
Yeah,
we
that's
give a
that's
fuck?
fine. That's fine.
You
That's
like
fine.
who gives a fuck what people say? Like he
you're
volunteered.
allowed to
Right?
have-
Muda
you're allowed
had
to
a
have your
last
own
minute
opinion.
emergency, so it
You're
is what
allowed
it
to have
is.
your own opinion. Q. This isn't my platform, but I could say I wouldn't personally platform a Shinshin, just like I wouldn't personally platform Sky. But this isn't my platform, so I'll just shut the fuck up.
This is because Sky's
Alright, it's your
black.
opinion. That's fair.
Do not give Sky a platform to defend himself.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Ain't
Say
no
right back.
way. How you doing, buddy? How did you survive TwitchCon? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how bad was it? Was it more, like, annoying, or was it, like, this is, like, pissed me off?
Wait, what are you saying?
Steven, you. I'm, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how much did it... Was it less, like, kind of annoying, or were you actually pissed off?
About what?
TwitchCon shit.
What, like Cherry or Darius?
Both. Yeah.
I mean, it's all annoying shit. It's
Were the 2 mad threats credible, and who spread them?
meth threats?
The 2 mad threats.
No,
someone
Two
said
Mad-
2 mad
someone
threatened
said
to
2 Mad
shoot
was
up
gonna,
the...
like, shoot up Twitch.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not
that
true,
is
bro.
on
That's
right
not
now.
true. That's not true. No
I was
fucking way.
like, what the fuck? I was just talking to him, like, the day before, and then bam.
Dude, Two Mad posted the most violent tweet like yesterday. I don't know. man.
I
Was it the
decided-
one about
Might-
Doja
might
Cat or
just wanna-
something?
It's the one where he posted the picture of the woman he had drama with.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he
Yeah.
wrote, yeah, it's like, bruh.
He needs
That ain't
to
it.
chill. Slightly.
A little bit.
So you're not, like, actually mad about it? It's just, like, annoying? I was just getting clarification on it. I wasn't sure. We missed seeing you. Like, I know, like, a bunch of the others would have really wanted to see you.
Why are you trying to figure out if I'm mad or annoyed? Or what are you asking me?
So that I know, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how bad it personally was for you. Because I don't know, maybe you just found it annoying. I don't know if you're actually pissed off by all of it or not. I don't know if you're upset or anything, like...
I'm trying to figure out the motivation for the question. It was a little upsetting, sure, but...
Yeah, well, no, obviously I'm not here to, like, use it against you in any way. I just wanted to know, like, you know, how you doing, kind of shit.
Oh, I'm fine. I don't give a fuck that much. But obviously it bothered the fuck out of Melina, which also, that
Yeah,
super
of
bothers
course.
me. So that's the issue that I have.
Yeah, but I hung out with Melina a bunch. We had a lot of fun, so it's okay. We got her mind off of it. It's so good.
Yeah? Is that
Although I
true?
will
Okay.
say,